Hi there, thank you for stopping by my channel. My name is Denise, and today, as I film this, it's the evening time, so I'm hoping that the lighting will be okay. I was tagged in for Pixie's projects. She's a YouTube channel, if you don't already know. Pixie's project came out with a tag called Would You Rather Halloween Edition. And then I was tagged by Jody at JI Colorist to participate in this tag. So I was flattered and scared at the same time about doing this. But here we go. We're going to give this a whirl. I guess I'm a little bit nervous about coloring and then answering questions, reading out questions and then answering them. So this is a new challenge for me. I have the questions that Pixie and her partner came out with. There's 24 questions. And so I will do my best to answer all of those. As I color, I chose, I'm not really a Halloween person, but I do love the autumn. Or here in Canada, we say the fall, either way. And I chose this coloring book called Dimensions by Francois Gautier. And I thought that this was a lovely sort of it has sort of a, dark quality to it. I mean, it's not spooky or evil, but, it's in a dark forest. We've got a stag here in the far background. There's a squirrel up in the tree, a gorgeous owl here on the other side in a tree. Down here we've got a fox and a weasel, and the rest is leaves and mushrooms. Even morels, looks like morel mushrooms to me here. So I chose this picture because it's very much in keeping with October and Halloween coming up at the end of October and all of that and all of those kinds of things. So what I'm going to do is do the base color using my Derwent Inktense Pencils. And I decided to do the trees with tan. So you'll see me do that. And then we'll see how the rest of this goes. The ground I'm going to do it's called leaf green for the ground. And then if I have time and can handle talking, coloring, answering questions all at once, maybe I'll get a few leaves done. And I chose an orange and apple green to do that for the leaves. And I think that might be as far as I get. I will activate each color as I go along. I've got a little bowl of water here, my little paintbrush, and a paper towel. And what else can I say? I think that's it. Let's get going. All right. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to start with tan, and I'm going to start coloring in the trees. And if you're familiar with this book, it's got all the nice dark grayscale, and the idea is for it to look 3D like in the other picture. But I like this one that's kind of like 3D but going towards the stag, going towards the dark. I really love this image. Okay, I'll stop talking about the image. I'll just start coloring and activating with water as I go along. So the first question is, each of these questions is premised would you rather. So if I forget to say the would you rather part, you'll know, right, as I go along here. But number one, would you rather watch a scary movie or read a scary story? And what comes to mind for that one is always a Stephen King, because his books are pretty scary to read. And then so many of his novels have been made into movies. So I quite like watching the scary movies. So that would be my answer for that one. I would rather watch a scary movie than to read it. And, Cujo comes to mind for that one. That one spooked me out pretty good. But number 2, would I rather watch let me see here, a classic or modern horror movie? I guess I would say I used to love watching horror movies when I was a teenager, but I don't really like watching horror movies at all. So I guess if I have to pick one, I would go with the classic, because I don't think a classic horror movie would scare me as much as the modern horror movies do. They're pretty sick and twisted. Yeah. So number 3, Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town. And I'm so sorry, I don't know either of those. I've heard of Hocus Pocus, but I haven't seen that movie, and I've never heard of Halloween Town. So sorry, can't answer that one. So I'll just move on to the next one. Number 4 is scary decorations or cute decorations. I like cute decorations. So that's my answer for that one. I don't want spiders and things hanging down around in my face or whatever. So that's why I choose that. We're just clipping along here. Okay, number 5, Corpse Bride or Nightmare Before Christmas. I haven't seen Corpse Bride, but I have seen Nightmare Before Christmas, and I quite enjoyed that one. So definitely Nightmare Before Christmas would be my pick. I prefer that one. Number 6. Number 6 takes me back to a teenager, I tell ya. Number 6 is, would you rather Beetlejuice or watch Ghostbusters? Both of those movies came out in the 80s. So yeah, as a teenager in the 80s, I watched both of those movies and loved them both. Now, Beetlejuice kind of has some real creep factors in there for me. So to pick one over the other, I would pick Ghostbusters because it was funny, and just had, lots of good funny elements in that one. So Ghostbusters it is. Number 7, Apple Orchard or Pumpkin Patch. This is a tough one because at one time I used to live in the Okanagan Valley, which is in British Columbia. And so I was surrounded by apple orchards, which were really beautiful. And I love apple pie. But my choice is I'm going to go with Pumpkin Patch because not too long ago we had Canadian Thanksgiving, and my mom made the best pumpkin pie that I have ever tasted. She really outdid herself. So she makes her pumpkin pies right from scratch. And I tell you that just the store-bought stuff just pales in comparison. My mom's pie, you could really taste the spices, the ginger, the pumpkin. She makes her own crust. So I'm going to go Pumpkin Patch. It is because it reminds me of that delicious pumpkin pie that my mom made just this, past Canadian Thanksgiving. Number 8, Hayride or Corn Maze. I grew up in Saskatchewan, and my cousins down the road were horse ranchers. So we used to go on hay rides, and that was a blast. And my cousins were also racers, like they had race horses. So I don't know if you would call the hayride scary, but yeah, there were moments because sometimes they would make the horses run, even with the hayride, and all of us on the back. And my boyfriend at the time fell off, and he was okay, but you know, we were kind of reckless as teenagers, that's for sure. And but no harm was done to the horses, thank goodness. But hayride it is. Corn maze, no way. I have no sense of direction, and to find my way through a corn maze and not get lost or not panic, no, that's not for me. So hayride it is. Number 9. Would you rather carve a pumpkin or bob for apples? I would not want to bob for apples because that would give me a real panicky feeling to dunk my head, you know, underwater and then try to grab an apple with my mouth while I'm underwater. No, just the thought of it gives me anxiety. So that is definitely out. But carving a pumpkin, well, that's an easy one. I've carved pumpkins, and that's a lot of fun. So that's my answer for that one. Carving a pumpkin, definitely. Okay, so I'm trying to color. That's what's nice about these Derwent pencils is I don't have to be too precious about, you know, how I'm coloring, because once I activate with the water and the way the shadows are, like, it just makes my work look brilliant with little effort. Okay, let me just finish this little part here. Okay, what's the next question? Number 10. Oh, Stephen King novel or movie? Well, I guess I kind of answered that with the scary movie or scary story with number 1, because I was thinking about Stephen King when I answered number 1. So Stephen King novel or movie, I pick movie. I think Stephen King's writing is way too scary for me, so I would just watch a movie and be done with it. And like I say, I've seen Pet Sematary, and I think Cujo probably would be one of my, you know, one of the movies that I did enjoy getting scared by. Okay, so next one, number 11. Would I rather decorate Halloween cookies or create Halloween cocktails? I would go with decorate Halloween cookies, because when my sons were little, I used to love making Halloween cookies and Christmas cookies for that matter. I would use a sugar cookie recipe because it lends itself so well to cut out the shapes and then make all kinds of cool colors with the icing and decorate the cookies. So I'm not opposed to a nice cocktail, but the question is, would I rather this or that? So I would pick decorate the Halloween cookies. Okay. Number 12. Haunted house or ghost bus tour. Okay, so which one would I rather? Definitely a ghost bus tour. I think would actually be fun, because that sounds like you would have, you know, I would have a guide, you know, that would be on the bus tour and talk about what things we're seeing. I mean, I've gone to haunted houses like at amusement parks or carnivals, so I don't know if that counts, but like those kind of haunted houses are sort of hokey, so I don't like that. Now, if the reference was supposed to be like a real haunted house, no, I think that would scare me a bit too much. I'd rather be, you know, in a bus and just do a little tour of a ghost, a ghost tour. All right. Number 13. Coraline or Twilight? This one's hard because I haven't seen either of them. I know of them, but I've never watched them. Now, Coraline, I've seen a picture of Coraline. Now, is that, I get the impression that that would have been a Tim Burton, Tim Hortons, yeah, I'm Canadian, a Tim Burton production, so, which was the same for Fright, the Nightmare Before Christmas. So if I'm correct, is Coraline Tim Burton? Because I would probably like Coraline if I saw it. So that would be my choice for that one. Number 14. Dress up as a classic monster or pop culture icon. I think I would go as a classic monster, but I don't know. I don't know which one that would be. I don't know. I'm not that imaginative right now, am I? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Oh, number 15 is be a vampire or a werewolf. Okay, well, I would pick a werewolf because, you know, I think wolves are cool, and a werewolf, I mean, nobody can mess with a werewolf. Oh, I guess you can kill a werewolf with a silver bullet, apparently, as legend has it. And a vampire could be killed by a wooden stake through the heart. Doesn't that sound disgusting? Anyway, yeah, werewolf it is. That's what I would rather be a werewolf. Number 16. Be a black cat or a vampire cat. I would not want to be a vampire anything, so I would be a black cat because they're cool and intuitive, and I like cats, love cats, so that's what I would be. I'm missing some branches here, so I'm going to start on some of these branches. And sorry, see, I'm finding it. I can't stay focused to color and then look at my questions. But there, I'll just do that a little bit. Number 17. Zombie apocalypse or invasion of a 10-foot spider. Wow. Those are my choices, huh? I guess I would rather be in a zombie apocalypse, I think. Because there is a way to destroy a zombie, right? But a 10-foot spider, I don't know. How would you destroy that? See, that's where my brain's going. So I'll just pick zombie apocalypse because I think my chances would be better. Number 18, Little Shop of Horrors or Sweeney Todd Barber of Fleet Street. I've never seen Sweeney Todd. I don't know that one. But Little Shop of Horrors, I have. So I would choose that one. And that's a musical, right? It's been a long time, but that's what I remember about that. So definitely I'll pick Little Shop of Horrors. Number 19, store-bought costume or handmade costume. I've done both. I've bought a store-bought costume and wore that, and that was fine. But I do like sewing, and I've made my own costumes. So I think I would go with, I would prefer my own handmade. my speaker is talking out loud. I don't know if you heard that. Anyway, ignore that. Yeah, I would prefer to make my own costume because I like the creativity of that. One year I made like a go-go, I guess I would call it like a go-go girl costume, where I made this little mini dress. Was all like flowery and green like you would think of in the 60s, and I had these white go-go boots, and that was fun. So I enjoyed making that costume. And when my boys were little, I loved making them their little Halloween costumes. So whatever they wanted, as long as I could, you know, get a pattern for it, I would make my own costumes for them and for me. And I think I've got, I don't know if I'm missing any spots here on my page, but again, yeah, I'm liking how the shadows are just lending itself as I go along with this one color. All right, where are we at? Number 20. Would you rather have vampire's teeth or a witch's mole? I would rather take a witch's mole. And I don't know if there's like magical powers with a witch's mole or not. If there isn't, then I still would take the witch's mole because I can have that surgically removed. So that's my choice on that one. I'm going to take a break from the trees, and I'm going to fill in the ground, and I've chosen, yeah, leaf green for that one, just in case you're wondering what color I'm using. Okay. Number 21. Stay at Hotel Transylvania or Monster House? I think I'll just pick Hotel Transylvania, even though it sounds very, very scary. But I have to pick one, so that's what I'll pick. Hotel Transylvania. Number 22. Would I rather see a UFO or Bigfoot? Oh, I would love to see both, but I'll pick UFO because assuming that a UFO would be off in the distance, maybe I would, you know, not be quite so startled by seeing a UFO off in the distance. Whereas a Bigfoot, I would love to see a Bigfoot, but I know I would be terrified in the moment if I saw a Bigfoot up close or, you know, in the forest or something like that. So yeah, UFO, I would pick that. Number 23, would I rather be scared or scared someone? I don't want to be scared, so I have to go with I would rather scare someone else because I don't like being startled or scared or anything like that. And the last question, number 24, is would I rather create a monster like Frankenstein or become a monster like Mr. Hyde? I kind of like the question because it said create. So would I rather create a monster, you know, or become a monster? No, I would rather create a monster because anything that I can do that's creative, that's what I would choose to do. So that's why I like that one. So that's all of the questions for this Would You Rather Halloween Tag edition. So I will wrap up this video, and I didn't expect that I would complete this picture, but I'm going to just, as I close out, activate the the ground so you can see how it looks with that. It's called leaf green, and I think it really looks nice as I activate the water here. So with this tag, I will tag another fellow Canadian YouTube colorist. Her name is Bonnie, and her YouTube channel is Craft with Bon. So Bonnie, if you see this video and you want to take part, I'm just going to tag you, but no pressure. Okay, so if you decide to do this, great, and join in with us with Pixie and Jody so far. I'm not sure who else has created a video and completed this tag, but yeah, there it is. I want to thank Jody again for thinking of me and tagging me. And thanks to Pixie at Pixie's Project for creating this tag. It's always fun to, do these kinds of things. And yeah, I think I'll just wrap it up there. If you've watched to the end, you rock. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in another video. Bye for now.